team, along with Sam Watson and his team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, traveled through the open door, circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely sometimes, you see. I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. It's like the millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. But much expected, much is given. One to make the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see the brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it through like for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm ASICs. Learn and develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition, I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going soon and fight this final round. Life's a fight for no person. Learn quickly, they'll come for your goal. Games can play, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. I'm gonna share all that I have and give to those in need. So we're gonna win this battle, fight that disease. No more kids, no children leaving hearts. That's me on. We've got to be confident. No, I never am.
Cancer is killing, millions and millions of people. Me and my team, along with Sam Watson and his team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, traveled through the open door, circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. surface. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm offbeat, I still land on my feet. And nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a break with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth. Hey. It's only what you do. Hey. Some things you gotta do. Hey. It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. With much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to the children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it to life. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm ASICs. Learn and develop paces, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a break for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, hey. It's only what you do, hey. Some things you gotta do, hey. I'm gonna share all that I have and get to those in me. So we're gonna win this battle, fight that disease. No more kids, children leading us, that's young. We got to be confident. No, I never know.
Are you making
Great job.
Yay.
Oh my God.
Cancer is killing, millions and millions of people. Me and my team, along with Sam Watson and his team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel through the open door. Circumstances navigated the path, and life happened oh so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm offbeat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games we play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth. Hey. It's all in what you do. Hey. Some things you gotta do. Hey. 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 It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. From much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it to life. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm A6. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing in competition, back up against the rope. She fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. While cancer slowing our road, I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals.
Yeah. Give back, give love, give something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games we play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is alive. Hey. Telling you the truth, hey. It's all in what you do, hey. Some things you gotta do, hey, 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 hey. I'm gonna share all that I have and get to those in need. So we're gonna win this battle, fight that disease. No one can support you, that's young.
Hey, what it do? What it do? JP, Era, JQ, what it do? K-Dub. Hey, man, April 16th, it's time. Facts. KJ, what's up, man? What's up, Nathan? Keno, what it do? What it do? Mr. Billups, what's up? What's up, Birdman? Adolfo, Yova, big homie. Can't go nowhere without my big homie. What's up, A Sneed? JM Ortega, Damon, appreciate you, man. King Ferg, Supreme Tax. Hey, Miss Latifah. Hey, Miss Bird. How you feeling? How you feel, man? And thank you guys for coming in here, man. Let's stop this, play the trailer, and we'll have a great time till the guests come in, and we'll rock out and get this film, y'all.
What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Too many to count, man. I appreciate you guys coming in here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, man. And yeah, man, today is Wednesday, man. Today is Wednesday. Wow. This week flew by for me, man. I thought today was Tuesday when I woke up, and I'm like, oh, damn, it's Wednesday. I had no idea, man. And we in here now, man. I appreciate you. Again, I appreciate you guys coming in here, man. And we got the Final Four this weekend. We don't have much boxing. We have Savannah Marshall fighting. If she wins, she'll fight Carissa Shields. Congratulations to Carissa Shields. She just got engaged to be married, and congratulations to her on living her life, outside of boxing, having a life, because I'm pretty sure it's challenging, man. And congratulations to her. And she said she wants to have kids in the next couple of years. So congratulations to her. Also, what else? Your Danis Ugas had his media day today. So that means Earl Spence media day is tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to watch Ugas. I watched Devin Haney's interviews, and I watched the Sean Porter interviews, and I saw Blue Bloods. I saw a Blue Blood video on Sean Porter. I didn't hear Sean Porter say that, but according to Blue Blood, he has Earl Spence ranked number 4 as it pertains to his top welterweights. And I would say that's his opinion, man. You know what I mean? And we'll find out April 16th. Sean Porter looked to be in good spirits. He looked kind of happy. Oh man, and I'm confident we'll make it. Just focus on your common goals. Yeah. So I'm excited to interview Donald Curry, man. He was one of my favorite fighters as a kid, man. I was introduced to him because boxing was free on TV. I remember it was Channel 2 or Channel 4. I can't remember, but Champion Hart said it was CBS. And I remember him fighting Starling. I think he fought him twice, so I remember that. And then Stallings end up knocking out 1984 Mark Breland. Mark Breland, and Mr. Curry is in the building. Hey, Mr. Curry is in the building.
See you in here.
Mr. Curry, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I got your last conversation. Mark Breland, what's that about?
Yeah, no, I was saying because I was introduced to you when you fought on free TV.
Okay.
And I remember your Stallings fight, and I believe Stallings knocked out Mark Breland.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So that's how I connect the dots.
Okay.
44.
I got the late conversation after, and I heard Mark Breland.
Yeah. Do you have a relationship?
He's a friend of mine, and he was a good fighter.
Very good fighter. He was Mr. 1984, if I might add.
Yeah, 84 Olympic champ.
Yeah. So before we jump into your career, Dallas is probably a hotbed right now. You got Earl Spence. You're the last undisputed fighter to come out of champion to come out of Dallas, Texas, correct?
No, I'm from Fort Worth.
Fort Worth. The Dallas metropolitan area.
Okay, well, yeah, you can say that.
Yeah. And do you have a relationship with Earl Spence?
I mean, not like that. I mean, I see him at fights, and we kind of discuss, where he's going, what he's doing, and how he's doing. But I'm really a big fan of his.
Yeah, really a big fan. How about Derek James?
Derek James, Derek kind of grew up with me in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was around 84, where he missed out on the Olympics. He got beat in the Olympic trials or something like that, but he's got real knowledgeable boxing experience.
Yeah. And I'm excited to have you in here, man. Earl Spence is a great friend of the shop, man. His team comes in here quite often just to come in and say hello. So Dallas supports us well over there, man. And
that's good. I'm so happy because I'm from Fort Worth, and usually when I was boxing back in the 80s, Dallas was a rival.
Oh, okay.
Fort Worth, and all the best fighters came out of Fort Worth and Dallas, and we wanted to compete with each other.
Right. There's I know it's not Dallas, but Houston. Earl Spence said if the money's right, he would fight Jamel Charlo.
I mean, that's what boxing is about. Making good fights and earning money for that. That's why we do what we do.
That's why you do what you do. And let's take us back, man. Why boxing? Because I was watching your tape. It seemed like you could have played any sport. Seemed like you
Yeah.
probably could have been a professional athlete if you put it to any sport.
I mean, I was very athletic. I love football, basketball, baseball, soccer, track, whatever. I was very athletic, and but boxing came a little easier for me than
Right.
the other sports because there's lots of competition in
Mm.
sports, but boxing would seem like I dominated that easy. I won the Junior Olympics at
Mhm.
15. I moved up to the senior group and won the nationals 2 or 3 times. So boxing seems to fit me real well.
Mm. Now, when you say easy, what does that mean by easy? Because you still got to make weight for the Junior Olympics. You still got to train.
Well, I mean, easy. I'm in the sport as far as the jab, the right hand, the hook, as far as doing the sport, and
Uh,
the sport has its fundamental. And I was a pretty good fundamental fighter.
right. Yeah. No, you absolutely were a hella fundamental fighter. And when did you know that? Okay, Junior Olympics. I'm gonna take this up as a career.
I never really thought of it as a career. I had an older brother who got me really into the game of boxing,
Mm.
and he turned professional. And that's when I started, having the thoughts of doing it. And during the after the, we boycotted the Olympics in 1980. I made the team,
Mhm.
and I had, people was coming out recruiting me, wanted me to turn pro, and
Mhm.
I got a chance to go up to New York, Florida,
Mhm.
California, all those areas, talking to managers who wanted to manage me.
Mhm.
So that's why I got the. I mean, I really cared about about turning professional because people want to give me
Really?
money to do this.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of freaked me out a little bit because I had been doing the sport ever since I was 7 years old.
Uh-huh.
And I never thought I would wind up, fighting for money.
Wow. And you damn sure fought for money. Who did you start off with in terms of
David Gorman,
promotions?
I mean, Paul Rez was my trainer, my advisor as I grew up. I started with him at 7 years old. And, we still together now.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I mean, one of my best friends. We still talk about the fight game.
Uh-huh.
He come by and see me. We talk about the fight game and
Uh-huh.
who's good and forward because he has his kids in the game. They're
Right.
coaches and trainers, and I want to go. I probably help them out, help them become, good at what they do.
Have you ever thought about becoming like a full-time trainer?
Oh, I love the game. I'm not really. I'm 60 now.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
health is not as good as I would like it
Mhm.
due to be out and train because I got asthma now.
Mhm.
But I love the game. I love to try to go out and help kids help themselves
Mm.
because I got the type of program from my coaches and the guys who trained me. They went out and help other people help themselves, and I saw that, and that's what I wanted to do when I got a little older and
Right.
got away from the game as far as competing.
Right. When you look at the boxing game today, what do you believe you can implement?
Good train. I mean, good fighters. Bring some of the fighters who are struggling with the fight game and who want to be better because I've always wanted. I grew up in the sport and I was looking forward to trying to get myself better as a fighter
Mhm.
or improve my skills. So I would look to try to improve the skill and
Mm.
see how it turns out as far as winning and losing.
What fighters inspired you while growing up?
Oh, come on now. Muhammad Ali during my era was kind of the big guy in my era. Uh, a lot of coaches, they coach the game on the amateur level, did, didn't didn't Oh my God, that's my train of thought. A lot of fighters, you know, coaching was a real big deal when I was coming up, and we had lots of competition. And I think that's what made me who I was when I was going for the championship and fighting a professional game. That was a good thing for me growing up at 7 years old and being so competitive in the sport, because there's a lot of guys who fought the game, and the sport is kind of not like it was when I was coming up.
Right, right. What's the biggest difference, would you say, between your era and today's era?
Well, I'm in the competition, you take era spins. There's not a lot of opponents, big opponents who, we get in the game, to try to make as much money as we can. And, you make money by the competition that's in your division. And I'm not sure, I got to go see his competition, but he's kind of, competed real well in his division at the welterweight, which is the weight I fought when I was fighting. And he's probably cleaned out the division.
Yeah. So you like him against Terrence Crawford?
Terrence Crawford is another good fighter. That'd be a really excellent fight. Terrence Crawford, I talked to him a little bit too in the game, but that's a terrific fight. I mean, that's a real major, one of the major fights in not in the division, but in boxing right now. Because both of them are very popular, very good fighters, and very articulate.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And a major fight that didn't happen in your career. I'm very interested to know the backstory now, because I was a kid, man. I had to be I don't know, 10, 11, 12. And I remember the story when I asked the interview, and I remember it like in the back of my hand. Sugar Ray Leonard, whatever happened? Can you tell us that story?
I mean, the story was, now that I'm a little bit more experienced about boxing, boxing is not an easy sport. I mean, you take a lot of wear and tear in each fight that you fight in, and it takes something away from you. Your skills are not as good as they used to. Because, he fought Tommy Hearns twice, Roberto Duran, Wilfredo Benitez. He was in a lot of really tough fights. And that takes a lot out of you. And I can understand, because I have fought the game, and, it took a little bit out of me where I'm not the same fighter. So I didn't understand at that time. But, I right now, experiencing the game and understanding the game, I understand why he didn't fight the fight with me, because he beat some of the best fighters in the game, and that took a lot out of him. And me coming up fresh, and he understand coming up fresh when he was fighting, and the wear and tear on his body. He didn't think, the chances was, really highly in my favor, because I was so young.
Have y'all ever had a conversation about that?
Oh yeah, we talk about it. I mean, not that part. He just admires my ability and how good I am, or how good I was at that time.
Right. Someone in the chat. What's up, Jeffrey? How you doing? He wants to know the impact of the 400 amateur fights. And I think you had 40 pro fights. How many fights?
I was 36-6. Yeah.
Okay, the 42. Okay, yeah, 42.
Yeah.
Do you think 400 amateur fights is too much? Just right?
For my sake, I thought it was just right. I think a lot of it has to do with, on a professional level, is, getting a good promoter. Promoter has a lot to do with your fighters and the type of fights you get. I mean, on my scale, where I was and the things that I did as a professional when I turned pro, I mean, get a promoter, who's looking out for to make money. He's in the business to make money, and he's going to try to get the best fights for you.
Right. No, he definitely is. You mind taking us behind the veil of the business of boxing? Because you didn't after Hinton, his name, correct? Is that his name, Hinton?
Say it again.
Your first manager. Who did y'all
David Gorman.
Gorman, thank you.
David
Who did
Gorman.
y'all co-partner with to make fights?
We really didn't cooperate. He signed me with a promotional contract with Top Rank. Top Rank is one of the biggest promotional companies in the business of boxing right now.
Right.
And I got on that team, and you're in the game, and make money, and it was a good partnership, and in making the money.
Uh-huh. How would you rate Top Rank? How would you rate Bob Arum?
Number one in the business. He's still in the business. I mean, this is 20, 30 years, and he's still top of the business. So he's a good promoter.
How would you rate him in terms of fighter promoter interactions, relationships?
Well, I mean, I really can't do that because a promoter promotes, and he only promotes the fighters. And if the fighters are not there, he don't have anything to promote. But if the fighters are there, then he has something to promote, and you'll see that he can put some of the best fighters in the best fights and excite the boxing fans.
Do you think it's possible for a fighter to be independent his entire career?
I don't understand what you mean independent.
Like not sign with the promoter.
Oh, well, then I don't understand how he would get fights because promoters promote games and get your name out there the way it should be, where people can have access of, seeing you fight or buying your fight in that area.
Right.
So everyone needs a promoter.
Right. Because we have we go back and forth in the barbershop. We have great dialogue as it pertains to the manipulation of promoters. Do they take too much money? Do they set you up so you don't become great? And you're an expert at it. So I figured out.
I mean, I've had the experience, and I mean, promoters, I mean, I really don't. I mean, yeah, that really is, it was. I mean, Bob Arum was pretty decent with me, and I was satisfied in his promotion. I got exposed to a lot of my name all around the world. I fought in Italy, Germany. I mean, France and Italy and England. So I mean, he was a good promoter for me.
Right.
And there's a lot about your skill level. The better you are skill wise, the better promoters come out looking for you as a fighter.
Right. And you also, and then you later signed with Akbar Muhammad, correct?
Excuse me.
You later signed with Akbar Muhammad, correct?
Right.
Yeah. And wasn't he a part of Don King's stable?
He was part of Don King. Not really Don King. He started out with Don King, and he still winded up with Bob Arum with Top Rank.
So. Okay, interesting. Now, as I go through your resume, what fight got you up? Like, man, I got him.
Wait a minute. I'll fight. I was to get in the game to fight the game, so every fight was really very important to me because we're talking about competitive fighters, but yeah, every fight was really a really competitive fight for me.
You never had like the Duke, North Carolina moment where you like, that's the fight that I wanted and I finally got it. Like your extra juices, you get extra excited for.
I mean, Sugar Ray Leonard was a fight that would have really earned a lot of money because that's why I was in the game to fight for money. But Milton McCory and I grew up in boxing together, and he was in my weight division, and he was always competitive in the amateurs, and and in the professional game. And when we fought and I knocked him out in the second round, kind of threw me for a loop that he was that easy to beat because we were both competitive, really competitive, and we really knew each other growing up.
Mhm. Yeah, and you also fought Mike McCallum.
Yeah, Mike was a little older than
Yeah.
I was. He was with my brother Bruce.
Uh-huh.
They fought each other, and um, he was really a lot older than I was.
Right, right, right. You actually got a hell of a resume. Michael Nunn, uh, Terry Norris, Marlon Starlins. Who was your toughest opponent in terms of boxing IQ? Like the thinking man's game in the ring.
Uh, I mean, I always thought, uh, sometimes I was a fighter who kind of beat myself. Sometimes I would look at the fighter that I'm fighting. Maybe sometimes I trained a little bit too hard or not enough. So, and first, I had a really an inexperienced coaching, and we come from a top high level amateur career, and we were very new to the professional game, and I didn't really know a whole lot about turning professional when I was 18 years old, because I turned pro 18 years old. I didn't really know a whole lot about the game, and that kind of hurt us,
Mm,
because I wanted to take an inexperienced trainer. I was taking a risk, and then not getting a trainer who was very experienced in the game. I took me and my coach, who got me really involved in the game when I was 7 years old.
right. Wow. And do you think you got everything out of your career?
I think so, as much as I could. Like I said, I was in love with the game. I went as far as I possibly could, and I'm happy. I won. I was the undisputed worldwide champion, junior middleweight champion, and I thought I did pretty well.
How do you like the fourth belt now? The WBO added to it.
I really, I'm always in support of boxing, and if the WBO has a belt and it's really legit, and you get legit fighters, and if you get legit fighters, you get legit money. So anything to help boxing, help people, make a living.
Right. Absolutely right. And can you speak to like the importance and if you can give advice to fighters post career? How is there anything you would have did different? Anything you would have did the same as it pertains to preparing for life after boxing?
I mean, I could now that I've had the experience.
Mhm.
But that's not really my thing. Of doing. I like to coach the game, uh, and that comes with my experience of the game. Even retiring now, but I mean, I could be helpful, to a lot of fighters.
Mm. What advice would you give a young fighter now? Like,
I mean, probably to work hard. As a professional athlete, you all here. I was an athlete. Talking about hard work, and uh, that's one of the major uh, things you have to go through to be champion of the world. Anything you do is a hard work. As any football, basketball, baseball, any player who compete at that type of level is a lot of work.
right, right. What was your biggest challenge in the sport? Not in terms of the ring, like just boxing itself and life itself
Boxing,
and during
what
your career.
conditioning was really one of the major parts of all sports. If you want to be good at what you do, you have to put in the work. And anybody who's anything in sports, professional sport, will always tell you about hard work will get you where you want to go.
Mm. Do you think that boxing can ever return back to where it was for you,
I mean, of course, I'm gonna say, yes. I think it can. I think what we're missing in our sports, you don't hear a lot about, the trainers. We had a lot of good trainers, the Lou Duvers, the Mike Jones, the the guy from Detroit. I'm forgetting his name, but yeah,
Manuel Stewart. Manuel Stewart.
Manuel Stewart. Yeah, and Paul Reds. Those were very good trainers, and you don't hear that much about trainers these days
Mm.
in the boxing field, and it's hurting the sport.
Someone wants to know.
Because trainers make fighters,
Right.
and that's why we don't have a lot of named fighters out there today.
Right.
Because of the coaching.
Why the nickname Cobra?
That was something my manager, who, thought that I was really quick and smooth like a snake, like a cobra snake. So I really didn't, I really didn't take much snake. I really didn't take a lot of thoughts on that. I was ready to turn pro and try to win a world title. That was my focus.
Mm. What was your go-to move in the ring? Like, was it the short left hook?
Oh man, it depended on the fighter that I fought.
Okay.
Like I said, I was fundamentally, technically sound. At least I thought, and it was his style. Whatever style he got, I would, overview it and make sure that, I'm very skilled.
Right.
I threw every punch, a jab, a hook, a right hand uppercut. I was very technical. So once I'm technically sound, I'm ready to fight whoever, whatever.
Right. What fighters are you most excited about watching today?
I like Spence. I like Spencer a lot. I really don't. I follow him more than I do anyone else in the sport because he's close to me. He's right there in Dallas, so I really do watch a lot of his fights. A lot of other fighters, the Cubans. I hear a lot about the Cubans because when I was fighting, they weren't. Cubans weren't in competition with us on the on the amateur level, but there's a different game with the Russians and the Cubans coming in because they kind of dominate the sport in the amateur program.
Right. Right. What angers you about boxing?
What angers?
Yeah, you about boxing.
I don't think I have any anger about anything that happens in boxing. I don't. Nothing that I can recognize.
Right.
Think of right now.
Right. I would definitely like for them to fight more.
Well, I mean that has to do with the promoter,
Right.
and how many fighters the promoter has signed to go out and showcase the television people.
Why was y'all era more popular than this era in boxing?
I think our program as an amateur, when I grew up and I turned 16, 17, 18, there was a lot more competition from every city and state in America. I fought guys from Connecticut all the way to California, and the competition was a lot tougher. And we don't have that today. You have a kid from maybe California, Florida, New York. When I grew up, it was all over Texas. I mean, all over America. All the way from New York to California to Florida.
I think he's doing good.
How about the heavyweight division? When you look at the heavyweight division of your era, how talented was Muhammad Ali?
Muhammad Ali was probably one of the most talented guys in the sport. Not so much, so much his talent, but he could talk the game. He was the game because he promoted himself. he promoted the game, and that's how you get popular in the game. He's a great example. People like to hear, the trash talking, and he could back it up.
Right,
And
right,
once you can do that, you can make you some money.
right. What moment in boxing stands out to you in your personal career the most?
I really don't really have one. I think mainly, winning the undisputed welterweight title, all three belts, because you don't hear too many people in the era when I fought, in the era, this next era, being undisputed champion.
Right. Would you chase the money or the belts?
Well, the monies are the belt. I mean, the belts are the money, and if you're a champion, that's how you get paid.
Mhm. Was there a dramatic a difference in purses not being a champion and being a champion?
Well, it's a competition,
Got it.
and if you're competitive and you got competitive fighters in the division, that's what makes the money, because people who watch boxing can understand competition. They see, Mil McCory, Marlon Starler, and they bought those fights. That when I fought them, to let them know that was going to be a very good fight. So the people who watch boxing are pretty intelligent about the sport, as
Right.
far as buying the sport, and watching the sport and watching the fighter.
Right. Overseas, they celebrate the honey gun. How you pronounce his name? Lance Honey. How you
Lord
pronounce?
Hunnigan, Lord
Yeah,
Hunnigan.
Lord Honeygan. Lord, it's like a national holiday over there for them. You know that?
Well, I mean, that's because my name was big
Uh-huh.
in Europe, in England.
Uh-huh.
I wish I could come back and fight that fight all over again. I was just coming out of one of my best fights, my best performance, fighting Mil McCory from Kronk. Kronk was another competitional club that was in the game with Tommy Hearns
Yep.
and
Crunk Gym. Yeah.
a lot of those, a lot of those fighters. So when I fought Mil McCory out of Detroit, that was a very motivational fight for me, and I didn't have a lot of those in my division. And when I knocked him out, I kind of got not really not that interesting, but I didn't train as hard as I should have, because I didn't think the competition was there, and it fooled me. Lord Honey, I didn't want to fight him. I really didn't even know who he was.
Mm.
He was not ranked. I didn't see him in the ranking, and in the rankings in the WBC and the WBA, which titles I had. I didn't pay much attention to the rankings, but I was mainly a name guy, and I had never really seen him fight. I knew nothing about him. I didn't want to fight him. So my preparation was bad.
What do you mean by bad preparation? Because you're speaking to a lot of younger fighters.
I didn't prepare for him. It's a fight that I didn't want. There was a couple of other fighters out there who I wanted to fight, and my promoters, couldn't get the fight.
Mm. Mm. How about Terry Norris?
Well, what about him? How about him?
Your thoughts on Terry Norris?
I really don't. I don't have a fight. I mean, he fought the game. He fought the game okay. I really didn't follow his career, but he's from Texas too.
Yeah,
but
I know.
He moved to California.
Yeah, I know.
So he was never that great of an amateur fighter. So he just called me at the right time on my downslide. But that's part of the game.
He's still there.
Let me ask you this: do you know when you're on the other side of the mountain of your career as a fighter?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know I did. I can't speak for anybody else, but yeah.
How do you hide it, or what do you do to
Well, it's
mask
not
it?
something you hide. It's just something that you know that you're not the best fighter as you once was when I was, fighting a fight at 21, 22, 23 years old. I had aged, and it takes a lot out of you. Boxing is not a it's a hard sport. It's not any professional sports on a professional level. It's very competitive, and when it's very competitive, and you're in competitive fights, you can win the fight, but it can tear your skills up to some
Right.
degree.
Is there any fighter today that reminds you of yourself?
Oh my! I don't like to put myself out there like that. Uh, I mean, I don't watch the game like I told you. Errol Spence is
Right.
a fighter I kind of keep up with
Uh-huh.
because he's closer to the area and something like. They got some good fighters coming up out of Dallas Forward area. So
Right.
we might be. I hope we can talk a little bit more
Yeah.
about
Yeah. We'd love
not
to have you
that
back on.
now, but later on in the sport because there's a lot of good fighters in this area now.
No, you're absolutely right. What's one of the benefits of being a professional boxer, world champion that stands out to you? Like what's one of the you man, you doing this because I'm Donald Curry.
I mean, when I got into the game uh, as a kid, when I won 3 national titles, uh, made the Olympic team, and at that time when Sugar Ray Leonard and that team of the '76 that was up in Montreal was
Montreal.
really popular, and everybody wanted to be like that, and I think he was a big role model for a lot of kids at that time who wanted to be like Sugar Ray Leonard because I look like the pinnacle of the sport,
Mm,
Sugar.
yeah. Do you regret boycotting the Olympics? I mean, not that you had a choice,
I
but I
mean,
mean,
I don't have a choice on
yeah.
that. Not really. I go on with my life. Like I told you, I won three world titles. I was the undisputed champ, so I'm pretty satisfied with the
Mm,
work I've done.
mm. How would you uh my final two questions. I genuinely appreciate you coming in here, Mr. Curry. How would you sum up your career?
I had a good career. I
Uh-huh.
had a good career. Like I told you, I was the undisputed welterweight champion and the junior middleweight champion. So I'm pretty happy. I mean, I can't really. I expected, to win the title because as an amateur, I had 3 national titles. That doesn't guarantee a championship, but I had 3 national titles. I made the Olympic team, so I had high hopes of winning the world title, and then I did. So I'm okay with Donald.
Mm.
I feel good about who I am. I feel good about winning the titles and, moving on. I wish I could stay there forever, but I couldn't. So, it's time to move on.
No, it's definitely time to move on, and I want to thank you for coming into the shop, man. I know it's late over there. Was it 10 o'clock? Almost ten
All
thirty.
right. It's okay. Anything I
No,
can do to help uh,
yeah, man.
promote boxing, I would love to do that.
Yeah, and we'd love to have you come back on, man.
Well, hey, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it.
No, thank you, brother. And April 16th, Cowboy Stadium. Do you plan on being there?
Of course, like I say, I support,
Uh-huh.
the fighters here in the Metroplex and hope the best for 'em.
Right.
And Mr. Ortiz Jr. out of Dallas is another good fighter who I keep up with. So keep him in mind
Yeah, yeah. He's
when
a
you
he's a
when
hell of
you
a fighter.
when you hear about boxing. Ortiz is a good fighter.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a good fighter.
Yeah.
He had difficulty a couple weeks ago making his fight. But yeah, we wish him well in the future.
Yeah.
Definitely wish him well in the future, man. And
Yeah.
the great Donald Curry, man. We totally appreciate you coming into the barbershop. And
Hey man, I had a lot of fun now. Keep this
yeah,
up with me.
yeah, please don't be a stranger, man. Please don't be a stranger.
Okay then. Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
very much.
No, thank you. And thanks to your team as well. Thank you. I'll I'll get you out of there. Appreciate you.
Hold on. Uh,
Yes.
Hold-
Oh, I don't know if they were telling me to hold on or I don't know. Oh, asking about being in the video. Oh, damn, my bad. I appreciate you guys coming in, man. Thank you, Donald Curry, man, for coming in here. It's great to have the legend, Donald Curry, man. Oh, I forgot to ask him about the shag, man. God, is that a Dallas thing or what? God damn it. I forgot to ask him about the shag, man. God damn. Because Earl got the baby shag. He had the grandpa shag. Damn, I forgot to ask him about the shag, man, and the curly afro, man, or the afro, whatever you want to call it, man. Oh man. Woo. The Lone Star Cobra, man. Very skilled. Boxing looked really easy for him. Very talented. Oh man. Damn, I totally forgot. How did I remember as soon as he left? How weird is that? You know, I mean, I have it in my notebook and I simply forgot. Shame on me, man. But anyways, man, I thank you guys again for coming in here. Thank you, the Lone Star Cobra, Mr. Donald Curry. And I totally look forward to hopefully having him come back on. Maybe he can do some analysis of some fights and we can sit back and learn something, you know. And yeah, man. What I was gonna say too is switching subjects to what else we talking about. Haney and Terrence Crawford. I looked at the 4 belts. I didn't have time. I appreciate you guys. You guys actually helped a great deal in that interview. I didn't feel like going to the 3 belts. It would have been too long. I was just responding to Devin Haney's answer in his interview that he did on yesterday. And I saw it last night, and he responded to the Cambosis and the interview. And we've already discussed the interview, and Devin Haney said in so many words, he just said yes. You know, I mean, he just said yes to everything because he wanted to make the fight. And I'll say this, in negotiations, when they know you're going to say yes to everything, they're going to keep on cutting until you have a breaking point, you know? So you never go into negotiations when they absolutely know how you feeling about something, man. You gotta play your hand like you're playing poker or something like that, man. You can't give it all away. And but you live and you learn. And but moreover than that, he said he's doing this for legacy, and we coincidentally have an undisputed champion um that came in the shop tonight. And I really don't think being undisputed is as lucrative as they say it is, because I went through the 4 belt champions. Bernard Hopkins, who was, even when he was the A side, he was the B side in all his big fights. He was always underpaid. He complained all the time on HBO. Oh man, he's the number 1 complainer probably in the history of boxing. Bernard Hopkins is the number 1 and what I mean by complainer is not complainer in the truest sense, but the ultimate underdog in everything he did in boxing, you know, and rightfully so. You know, I think he lost his first or second fight, went to prison, came out, you know, started late, you know, so he had the underdog mindset, period. And then it was the kid out of Arkansas. God, why am I drawing a blank on his name? The Olympian that lost to Pavlik. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? But him, Usyk, Canelo, Josh Taylor. Oh, there's a couple more. Terrence Crawford, and the guy I'm thinking of out of Arkansas, man. Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And I'm looking at that list, and what's the benefit of being a 4 belt champion? Take your fandom for whatever fighter I just mentioned, Josh Taylor, Bernard Hopkins, Jermaine Taylor, and think about it. What's the financial benefit of being after your career? It comes down to finances. You want to make the best fights. And sometimes the best fights isn't with the belts. I really don't. I'll be honest. I don't think Kambosos is a big fight for uh um Devin Haney. It's a big fight for boxing, but I think Devin Haney has exhibited the skill set that exceeds Kambosos' short arms. And I'm not saying he win or loses, but I want to see Devin Haney and Tank Davis. I think that's the best fight at 135. You know, like I think they should make the fight. You know, but I think we lose sight of the hoopla. And let me tell you guys something. If you accomplish their goals on the way to your goals, congratulations. But if your goals are their goals, they're going to get you like Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is top 3 fighter in the world, doesn't have a promoter. And he basically is nothing. Terrence Crawford has minimum value in boxing, and he's a 3-weight world champion, undisputed, potentially unified at 47, and he's basically has no power. He has no push. He's it's nothing. You understand what I'm saying? He has no power. And no, I haven't. I haven't. That would be interesting. But I don't see the benefit. You guys think being an undisputed unified world champion is something because you've been told that it is. It's like being a Super Bowl champion. It's like being an NBA champion. Like, that's not the goal for in my head, my logic. Maybe I'm different. Obviously, I am. But if it comes along with my independent freedom, it's like me. People told me, Fred, you would have been a Hall of Fame boxing journalist. I said, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Oh, Fred, you losing so many interviews. I don't care. I don't put that before the Hawthorne. I don't put that before what I ultimately want to do. And I think that comes with the unconditioning yourself. Remember how Ice Cube had at the end of Higher Learning? Unlearn. Remember? Unlearn against the American flag. I believe that's what we have to do. We have to unlearn. For example, winning an Oscar. What is an Oscar going to do for Will Smith's career? I mean, he's already had the biggest movies, Independence Day and Wild Wild West. Can he get any bigger? Bad Boys 45. Like, I think we lose sight of it being caught in what they tell us to accomplish. It's like, remember I said yesterday, if Whittier College came and knocked on my door and said, we need that diploma back, you can have it. It has no value to me in 2022. And had I known what I know now, but that's not the case. Had I had the finances, see, I come from an impoverished background. You know, I come from a place of need. So I needed college was literally more of a getaway. College wasn't a challenge. It wasn't intellectually challenging for me. I was just a procrastinator. I love video games. I love college football, the video game college football. And I love girls. I love spending time with my teammates. It was an expensive getaway, but in terms of challenging me intellectually, not one day of college challenged me intellectually. It was because I didn't prepare, but it didn't really challenge me. And I think college is a synonym for undisputed. My college is a synonym for an Oscar, or you understand what I'm saying? So I think when we lose sight of the goals that they want us to set, it's like me. I don't even I very seldom even talk about me being Emmy nominated, but I think I need to start doing that because it wakes up people who are indoctrinated. The indoctrinated Americans, when they hear, "Oh, you're Emmy nominated," oh, let me watch your movie now. I'm validated now by them, and but I'm doing everything 100% independent, and I don't care what the status quo thinks of my film. And I think that we as a collective have to understand that you don't need college. You got YouTube University. You got, I mean, information in 2022. Oh man, I had to go to the library and look up the cards, pull it out. Damn, where's that book? N154321. Man, that's man. Now y'all got books on audio. You ain't even got to buy the book anymore because people on YouTube are literally reviewing your books for you, so you never got to buy them. You can buy your papers now. Oh, it's so many damn. Man, if I was in college today, sheesh, it would be literally be a cakewalk. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, dog. I think that oh, let me open up these phone lines. I'm sorry. Yeah, man, I'll be getting caught up in the moment, man. Damn. Phone lines open, dog. That was fun, man, having Donald Curry, man. He was a hell of a fighter, man. Hell of a fighter. Hell of a fighter. There you go. Phone lines are open, and if you guys want to beam in, you guys are, you guys are always welcome to beam in. It's a smooth ass show tonight, man. It's like I don't know what wine tastes like, but they say wine is pretty smooth, right? What's the smoothest drink? I don't know what the smoothest drink is. What's the smoothest drink out? I don't know, but this is a smooth ass show tonight. I tell you that damn much. And let me make sure I'm good over here. Let me do this really fast. 305, what it do?
What's happening, Fred? Down here from the bottom, man. Appreciate the show, man.
Oh, that's love, man. Thank
Appreciate
you.
Man.
Thank you.
Hey, man, let's have a conversation about manhood.
Okay.
And what it should look like from both our different perspectives. So I think a lot of the things that's been going, even what you're talking about now, I think that has been changed. It has been changed even in our scope of our short lifetime. What would you say it looks like to be a man in this day and age? Just general, nothing like nothing, general.
No. Integrity. I think integrity goes such a long way. I think many men lack integrity because they have a need that exceeds their reach at the moment. Like we get caught up that we gotta chase. And
right.
I would love for us to be honest about where we are. We always project in this image, and it's not really real. It's a perception. And I think if we were to be honest with one another, I think the world gets easier, man.
Right. Well, I think me in general, I think we've come so far, but we've also went so far back. For what we're doing as far as our individual households.
Mm-hmm.
Men and women alike. There was a push probably about a decade ago where they had this album, I'll never forget it, but Beyonce had this album like Independent Women. where the women were saying they need no man, and they run around talking about independent women. And that culture, to me, started this whole simp thing that we got going on, where now it's cool to be disconnected from your family as long as you're making money. It doesn't matter how you make the money, and all your integrity just goes completely out the window. Because I find it it's odd that we have people that will talk about Will Smith and all these different entertainers, but none of them are people that we want our kids to grow up to be like. None of them.
Right. Right.
You
Yeah.
know, that's odd.
Yeah.
It's strange.
And you mentioned the bag. Like everyone's chasing the bag, man. And I think that that's a synonym for lose yourself. Like chase the bag, chase the money, chase the bag. Like it got to be a level of integrity, man. And I wish we all get there. You know, I pray.
An excuse? It's an excuse. It's like the guy who want to stay at work and he don't want to go home. He calls himself a workaholic. No, your ass don't want to go home and deal with your kids or your wife. So you trying to hide at work.
Yeah.
You know, and what the bag looks like to me might not be the same thing for you or the next person.
Facts. And
so we got to be careful saying that kind of stuff, because somebody be killing themselves for $3,000 and you laughing at them, but that $3,000 mean everything to them.
Absolutely,
and they fucked up their whole silence for them.
Absolutely right. It's like another man say, I'm gonna fuck your bitch. Like, huh?
Yeah.
Like rappers be saying, like, what's that song by Chris Brown? Oh, I'm a rich nigga, I'm gonna steal your girl. I'm like, wow.
You ain't steal her. If you could get her, you ain't steal her.
Wow. I was like,
you ain't got eight. And that's another thing. Let's talk about something else though, Fred. Let me bring something else to the forefront. I was talking to one of my friends, and obviously I'm around your age, a little bit older. Like certain things, a woman would never ever, your wife would never tell you certain things, because she's gonna put you in a bad spot. Like if you come home from whatever and your wife tells you, hey, the neighbor was trying to holler at me or talk to you, what kind of position is your wife putting you in at that moment?
I think she's testing you. She's saying if a woman says that to a man, she's challenging your insecurities.
But I would say that what kind of woman is that? My wife would never tell me nothing like that.
Yeah, like she's she's challenging your masculinity or lack of thereof, in her opinion.
Exactly, because I would find it hard to believe that a woman, like when a woman tells a man that, what do you want that man to do? What position are you putting him in that you actually care about that man?
Right.
Because a woman that cares about you will never like if your woman look halfway decent, she getting the dude trying to talk to her every other day.
Yeah.
That's just nonsense. That's childish. It's foolishness.
Right. Facts. Big facts.
I think we got to look at what it looks like to be a man right about now, and I think it's being warped by the entertainment industry with all this foolishness that they got going on. And even another thing with those belts, if the belts meant as much as they did when we were growing up and even looking prior to us, we would never have Muhammad Ali, because he would have never took that stand, because you just cared about that belt more than his fans.
Good point. Yeah, he took a great stance, man. He fought tooth and nail, man, for 3 long years, and no money, and you got men like Kyrie Irving, who probably gave up half his purse. So if he's making $40 million, I know it's not a whole season, but if he made $40 million in a whole season, he gave up 20. So he probably gave up about 15 million. Sheesh. To stand on his principles, that's rare.
If somebody lose 20% of their salary, no matter what you're making, you hurt.
Yeah. He's well over 20.
You hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hurt.
Absolutely.
Because you already, whatever your salary is, you absorb that cost and change your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Your lifestyle change.
Yeah. Like I was telling my neighbor, right? My neighbor down the street, we actually work out together, and he admires my freedom, right? And I tell him, I says, dude, you only need an extra $3,000 a month to live the life you want to live. You don't need no 30,000, 40,000, man. If you had an extra $3,000 a month, you know what that would do for your freedom and your. I said, don't be consumed by these millions, man. Not my millions. I'm talking about chasing millions. Like, you know, like don't be consumed with that, man. Get an extra $3,000, man. Sell stuff online. You know, it's so many different ways you can be a middleman in this society. You know, it's shocking that so many people don't do it. You know, so.
It takes work, though.
It takes work.
I think the work. It takes work. People don't want to. We want to be entertained too much now.
Right.
Because remember when we were kids, the TV would go off at a certain time. You get those bars on TV. You couldn't watch no more damn TV.
Right.
The radio wouldn't work at a certain time. Now we got you can be consumed by entertainment all day long and all night, anytime you want. And you said the DVR came out where you record a show, and that was like the greatest invention ever. And now you don't even have to do that. They store the shit in the cloud, and you just click on the website, and it plays for you. And when you log off and come back on, it picked it right back up where the hell you were. So we're just we're so entertained and so distracted that we can't get any principles.
Right.
You can't get none because we're getting them from TV. Like I'll give you an example. Have you seen Power got all these spinoffs of their series. They got one that's with the white boy. I think it's called Force or something. Tommy, that's the thing. So the name of this TV show is Force. It's a spinoff of Power, right? So they got one from England that's on Netflix right now. Top Boy. Now, I'm bringing this up because it's a stark distinction between the way that thing is shot. Now, Power, Force, whatever you want to call it, the American version of the drug king is just this person who has all the money, who's got legitimate businesses, who ain't working, he's got the finest woman in the world, all that stuff. Now, when you look at the other series, Netflix with the Top Boy, which is like, it's English based. Have you ever seen it?
No, never.
Okay, well, that one is more gritty. Like, it's more realistic of the guy who, they making a couple dollars here and there, but they ain't driving the best cars, and they're not pushing this idea about the drug game that's not realistic. It's a little bit more gritty and a little bit more realistic. It's still unrealistic no matter what. No matter what, it's still unrealistic. But those are the things that the movie theaters are willing to give Black producers money for, that they'll throw all the money in the world behind that foolishness.
Right. No, that's...
So, it's a lot. Like, for you to get your money for even what you're doing and to have that kind of a genre, we should have more genres for Black people in film than what we actually do. Because when you look at action, there ain't many action movies with Black people. I give you another one that's very. If you look at it too, another part of it would be like the military. If you look at all the military movies and TV series, if you find an old Black guy about our age or older, it's going to be hard pressed for that brother to watch that film because he's not going to see anybody Black that's going to have any kind of authority. It's not going to be many Black people in those military movies. Certain things, the stereotypical stuff still goes on. I'm going to say this last thing and I'm going to get off, Fred. I think we just got to really adjust what we're looking at. And I think there has to be something that people can do within themselves to stop looking for all these outside sources, because we got all the resources that we need, like you were saying earlier. There's a lot of books that are like pivotal that you can now get them on audiobook that you don't even have to. You don't even have to read the shit. So you go on YouTube and somebody read the shit like that. The book Pimp. Like, think about it like this, Fred. I'm gonna ask you this and I'm gonna get off. How strong would you think it would be for somebody just to read that book and understand the game that's just pushed on us and the rawness? Because that book is so fucking raw, and it's just so, I don't even know how to describe it if nobody's never read that book. I know you know what book I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it's all about like comprehension too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when do you get it as a since we're men? When do you get it as a man? When are you unafraid to applicate, is that a word? Apply pragmatics, integrity into your life over the BS, over the entertainment. There's a decision that I think men do, you know, and decision that men have to make, and you choose for the BS or you choose to stand on integrity. Like if I thought of this a couple of days ago, I got to write it down. If you're questioning what you did in your 20s and you're doing it in your 40s,
that's the problem.
You are a big problem.
Yeah,
you are a huge problem. You are a huge problem to the society, to us as a society, and it's
But we've been brainwashed too now, Fred. Now I think the other part of this too.
Now you said that was your last question.
Now I'm gonna get off, Fred. I'm gonna get off. Yeah, you're right. Let me let somebody else get off, man. Be easy, Fred. Appreciate the conversation.
All right, dog. Drive safe, man. I know you're driving local. Drive safe.
All right, man.
I appreciate you, dog. What's up, Kyle?
What up? What up, Big Fred? What's happening?
Hey, not much, man. We had Donald Curry on.
Yeah, man, I missed that.
Yeah, it's cool. He was a hell of a fighter. He was just before you. Just before you. Everything good?
Everything good, man. I'm just trying to stack these chips, man. Make some shit happen, man.
Yeah, you trying to shake that tree, huh?
Man, brother. If these motherfuckers would just do what I asked them to do, man, everything would be worked the fuck out already, bro. These niggas are the worst, bro. And they ain't give my raise yet. Listen, nobody that got a new position got their raise, bro.
Yeah. You got to fight for that. Yeah, you definitely got to fight for that. You got to make sure you get it. Yeah, those vending machines, man, you got to make sure you get great locations. And it's in proximity to where you can go refill them. Because you don't want to have a vending machine and there's nothing in them. So you have to you got to have it in your car. You got to go to Costco before your vending machine needs Costco. So it's a constant move and shake. So you want the what do you call it? The emergency room, urgent care, courtrooms, so on and so forth, man. I was gonna get into the vending machine business, but it just would have been. I was gonna do that and the ATM machine. What's up, man?
What's up, Fred?
Hey, how you feel?
All right. And the boxing section. What's going
on, big dog?
All right. Yeah, you know, what the guy was talking about earlier, Fred, with the movie series and all that, and talking about the narratives that are produced. And okay, there's a reason why. I mean, obviously, most of the roles that are portrayed in the media of black men is extremely negative. You know, black men like yourself, like Cal, trying to take care of their families, like myself, like so many of us that don't deal with the drug game or go out pimping and slapping hoes and gang banging in the streets and all that. The majority of us don't participate in that lifestyle.
Right. Obviously.
But if you look at Hollywood and what they portray, you know, 99% of us are those type of individuals, which is a complete lie. You know, when it's all said and done, you know, that whole narrative, it's switched from the goal of oppression to the goal of annihilation. Because when you have a group of people that have a culture that represents the worst of humanity, the refuse of the earth, then there's no other way to appropriately deal with that culture and the people who represent it than to get rid of them. That is the narrative that is being pushed right now, with the defamation of black male character all over the media constantly. So kind of gives me a good segue to the next thing I was going to say. That's why some of the things that you say, Fred, about the minister and the NOI and all that. A lot of what you're saying is true. I know it is, but I think we taking an ass whooping. We taking good enough of an ass whooping already from the mainstream media and the way that black men are portrayed. Not saying that the truth shouldn't be told, but then I also mentioned to you before that there should be a balance where we kind of look at the other institutions that because had a death in Malcolm X and so forth. His had a role in Malcolm X's death. And I mentioned that to you. Mm-hmm. But this is what I'm going to say too, Fred. One of the things you said the other night when you said that the minister had several kids out of wedlock with his wife. I had a hard time swallowing that one. I just didn't know. I didn't know anything about that. But I went to the boxing section that night, and there were a couple of not the boxing section. Reggie Owens has a little show, mm-hmm. And I stayed up because the guy heard him talking about it. And they were saying there's a couple of Muslim brothers on there, Nation of Islam brothers, and they mentioned that was true. They mentioned it was true that he had children out of wedlock, or not out of wedlock, but other than his original wife. I never knew that. And I've been watching the minister for the last 25 years. I never knew that. And I will tell you, I mean, they had justifications for it in regards to what the Islam or the Muslim religion allows them to do, and of course with the Quran. But I will tell you, that hurt me. And I lost some respect for, how you believe in someone for a long time, you think they're a certain person, mm-hmm. and you find out that they're not. Mm-hmm. And for me, it was just like, that was on an exponential level, where I just kind of felt betrayed, duped, fooled. And every now when I go back and I look at some of the old ministers' passionate sermons, and I see him in that light of being a hypocrite, or being a person who portrayed himself as a certain way, but he's also not really that person. And so, then that's just my limitations as a man, because I just thought that, hey, I thought he was a man that had one wife with, one set of children, and come to find out he does not. So I'm gonna tell you, that hurt. That hurt to find that out. But having said all that,
to put a bow on that, you can still keep going. Yeah. Wait till you find out what he did, though. Like, wait till the story come out after he dies, when these women come out. Oh, you're gonna be like, no fucking way. Oh yeah. My God, I didn't have time to tell the story, but continue.
Well, I was just gonna say, having said all that, I think black men in our culture. And our women, man, we taking an ass whooping, man. I mean, because we're not living up to the standards that we should be living up to, living righteously, dealing with our addictions, our shortcomings, and really relying on God, relying on ourselves, and being committed to living right. We're just not doing that. And that's a problem. That's a real problem, man. Right. And we don't turn around. And really, it's about unity. I mean, it's about unity too, because there's no such thing. I mean, each individual can go and have a successful life from an economic standpoint, mm-hmm. but you're really not going to overcome the system until you start practicing group economics.
Yeah, group economics is the key. Just like group conversation is the key.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, Fred, I'm gonna keep pushing. What I will tell you though, man, when I was listening to these brothers talking, you got a lot of people that are jealous of you, man.
Oh, that's fine.
You got a lot of people that are jealous of you, don't mean you any good. Mm-hmm. And even if you talk unity to these brothers and let them know, Fred is a brother that's doing Might not agree with everything that he does, which you don't really know because you don't know him personally. You just know what he tells you. But at the end of the day, you may not agree with everything, but he's still a black man, and we have to take the good with the bad. Something we don't agree with, it shouldn't be to the point where we hate another brother. And what I figured out is that it's not really about your principles that they hate you so much. It's because they're jealous of you, bro. You know,
I can't help either of them either way.
Exactly.
That's my integrity. Exactly. Are they jealous? I wish them well, man. Wish them well.
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure that out. You know, but they're jealous of you, man. But I'm proud of you, brother. Keep pushing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Like,
all I'm doing is telling the truth. I appreciate you coming in. All I'm doing is telling the truth, man. You know what I mean? Wait till these stories come out. What he did with the church's money. Oh my God. Hey, but the funny, I'm gonna tell you this story. And DB can attest to this story. I told DB because I know I got. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this documentary one day. I have too much information. I got to redo it, and but I told DB. DB said it's not true. I said, I know it's true. Nah, it's not true. They tried to tell that the minister had babies, but he don't have babies outside. I says, damn. But so you know what's gonna happen when he dies? They're gonna say those were his wives. He's never acknowledged kids outside of his 8 or 9 kids that he's had. But watch how they flip the narratives. But if Future does it, oh my God, he's an asshole. He's this. What's up, 817? Where you been? How you been?
What's going on, man? I was chilling. I was listening to you. I've been flipping in between you and Blue.
How Blue?
Man, he getting down over there. But salute to you for having Mr. Curry
on. Your boy. Two-Eyed Curry was in the shop.
Man, you already know I was too turned up when I jumped on and seen the legend on, bruh. That's Fort Worth royalty there. So appreciate you for that one, man.
That's love.
Yeah, real talk. And I'm like the last brother. Yeah, we may not agree on everything, but shit, you're a pioneer in this thing, and you just need to appreciate what you bring to the table. And on the cool, you know, about telling the truth when it comes to those other issues. At the end of the day, if he was able to stand up and lie in front of us, then we ought to be the same ones that stand up and hold him accountable and tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? We always talking about everybody else or whatever, you know, the other side, quote unquote. You know, a lot of people like to use that excuse or whatnot, but you be looking to them to hold a motherfucker accountable. Now, the people that he lied to is the people that need to hold him accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You atone to the people you fuck over. So that's just it. And the truth, don't nobody like it. You know what? The hardest thing is to hear the truth about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or to tell a motherfucker you love the truth, you know, for fear of how they gonna react. But on the cool, if they really do love you, then they'll take it the right way. You know, you got a superficial relationship if you can't tell people the truth, and that's what we experiencing a lot now with social media and shit. A lot of our shit is superficial. But I just jumped in to say, man, I appreciate you for bringing Mr. Curry in. For you to go back and grab legends and bring them back on here and actually allow them a platform, you know, one that they didn't have before to tell their experiences or whatnot, so we get a better background on boxing. I appreciate you for that, bro.
That's love.
What's up with your light skin? I'm gonna get out the way, man.
Hey, come on back tonight, man. You already know what time it is, man.
For sure. You know we getting close. Man.
Yeah.
Two-Eyed Earl. He back with the shag, man. These boys nervous.
What they gonna do now?
What they gonna do? Yeah, they nervous, Fred.
I don't know why. Like he was 70% against Danny Garcia. I'm like, I don't know why people he good. Earl good, man.
Hey, they was all at the Ugas the other day. You see Sean up there capping?
You know Sean.
Yeah, oh man, he a fucking joke, man.
Say Sean feelings got hurt in that post-fight presser, bro. He thought Earl was gonna, you know what I'm saying, kiss his ass a little bit, and you could see his face change when they went to talk about food and nobody come to see you, and that fool say, Bobby Brown out here for me.
Right.
So man, this shit funny, man. April 16th, I'm gonna be in the house. Y'all, it's gonna go down, man. And say, LIVE-Haney, he pulled the covers back on all these boys, didn't he?
Oh yeah, when he said we can make the fights and all that.
Man, I mean, by him just signing and calling Cambose's bluff, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he pulled the covers back not only on him, but boxing and all these other cats who won't do this for that. Ain't no excuses.
Yeah,
You
boxing
know?
totality, sure did.
So I'm get out the way, Fred. Salute to you, man.
Hey, 817, before you go though, now niggas gotta take less money to get these big fights now.
Right, and I mean,
and see how bad you want it. If you want it, if you want it bad enough, you gonna go out and get it.
Hey, now we realize, right? You know, motherfucker talking about he fighting for legacy. He fighting for legacy. Nah, it's clear. It is clear. When a motherfucker really wants something, they go get it. When Canelo was at 154 and 160 and told y'all he wanted to be Cuatro Titulos and all that old bullshit, he didn't really want to. Devin wanted. I'm gonna get out the way though. Salute.
Appreciate you, man. No, I've never talked about index funds, but we can talk about that too. What's up, champ? What's up, champ? We can have a show on that one day. Maybe one day, not maybe one day, we'll have an expert on here.
What's going on, brother?
Not this expert. He's an expert at everything else. If not,
shout out to a great member of the crew, man. Great
man. Man, just fuck what Fred about to say.
Asleep, man.
Fuck, I'm gonna just mute myself. Y'all niggas just cut me off and shit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
No,
my bad. My bad.
No, I don't care.
You know, it's all love, man.
Oh,
Fred get this work too.
Fred what?
I said Fred get this work too.
Oh,
man, I fell asleep, man, and I missed the Cobra, man. Golly.
Yeah, well, thank God it's recorded. You know.
Yeah, I know. I gotta go back, but I wanted to ask him some questions. I don't know what you asked him because I haven't watched it, but I wanted to know what he thought about this era, you know, of boxing, and I wanted to know that how did he like the fact of being immortalized in those boxing games? You know, they had immortalized him in a couple of boxing games. How he felt about, I want to know how he felt about that.
Someone else said, I didn't ask him that, but I asked him the first question.
Oh, did you? What did he say? Well, no, don't say, man. I'm gonna go back and watch it.
And before you go, Nate, put the name of the website and spell .com.
What is that?
And they'll know what you're talking about. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, golly, man. I hate I missed it.
Yeah, it is a different feel when it's in real time, you know.
Yeah, man. Damn. Man, boy, Kyle, you probably don't remember Donald Curry, man, but Donald Curry wasn't no joke.
He never seen him fight because he never
seen it, man. You got to go back and watch some of his fights, man. Donald Curry,
he was smooth.
Was a bad cat, man. For real.
Very smooth.
Yeah. Wow. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, man. I just want to drop in and say salute to you, brothers, man.
Oh, that's love, man. Everything good?
Yeah. Everything's cool, man. Like I was telling you, my schedule might end up changing.
Okay.
But I'll still, I'll still be shooting, man.
Oh, hold on now.
So if we got to change the day, just let me know. Okay.
Don't let it fuck with this.
Because we need them here. We can't do the
right.
review.
No. You won't, because they'll be made. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll just, what I'll do, Fred, is I'll email them to you when they're made, and then you just kind of hold on to them. You know what I'm saying? And then just do it like that.
I'm with you.
Yeah. But I'm also do some quick ones also. Then I'm going to definitely do the oral tea, and that's really not, that's just something to be healthy,
Right.
Because when I said that to you, I know you were talking about the congestion that was in your chest, and that's why I wanted to share that with you. But I appreciate it when you said that the community needed this, man, and I was like, damn, that's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, that's something that's definitely need to share with the community,
That'd be great for you to
So
because Blue Blood did something like that too, remember?
Say it again.
Did you watch the video Blue Blood did during COVID?
No. What video did he do?
He did lemon, honey, all types of stuff,
Really? I gotta check it out.
Yeah, and it made
When did he do that?
it made the mucus come out. Big first 3 months of the lockdown.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check the archives for those.
Damn, we so far removed from that. I remember that time. Damn, we was locked in here. We did 100 days straight in the shop. 100 days straight, dog. From April 1st to the 4th of July or some crazy junk like that. April, May, June. Yeah. Yeah. Something crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, like I said, I just wanted to come in, try and chop it up real quick, man.
No, thank you, dog.
Most definitely, man. Salute to you, brothers.
All right.
I'm out. All right, now.
All the time. Yep. So yeah, man. So whatever you do, just put .com, Nate, and then they'll just copy and paste it and then add the .com themselves. Yeah, passive income where you ain't got to show up for 8 hours, 9 hours is critical. You know, it just is. You know, I'm forever indebted to the people that helped me. You know, so it allows me to be basically full-time dad, man. Full-time dad. Kennedy stayed home with me today. You know, I was doing some stuff. I had to do a whole lot of like logistical stuff, so it definitely helped a lot. But yeah, Kyle, what's up, man?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Being able to walk my daughter to school and pick her up from school on the Mondays and Tuesdays, man, do feel good.
I saw that yesterday on your stories. Yeah, it's pretty dope. You know, it's funny. I saw speaking of guests and taking kids, I saw I took Lincoln to school today and I kept Kennedy. I saw Wesley Johnson. He was taking his kids. I said, "You got in, man. You got into the school." So his kids got into the school, which is awesome, man. I'm glad he got in. So I'm happy for him. So
how hard is it to get into that school, man?
Challenging because it's a 10 out of 10. The school is a 10. The school is a 10 out of 10.
That's how good the school is.
Yeah, school is a 10 out of 10.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the process to getting your kid in the school?
You gotta apply.
Damn.
Yeah. Public safety is solid. Everything is good. You know, they do a great job over there, man. Yeah, man, it's a great school. So
why can't we get more schools like that? Just the question.
Parent involvement. The easiest answer is parent involvement. If the teachers knew that a parent was coming to their class every day, if the principal knew he had 10 to 20 parents on campus every day, you get what I mean?
Yeah,
that's real talk, you know. And it is prior to COVID. We can't get on campus now like we want to. So like now I got to. That's what really bothers me because I want to have a lunch with Kennedy. You know, go have a lunch with Kennedy and stuff like that, and Lincoln too. But I can't do it now because we gotta do fingerprinting and all that. Like, so now when I do my Malcolm X lesson, I gotta go get fingerprinted because I'm gonna do that every year while they're in school. So I gotta get fingerprinted and do all that. So I gotta do that Monday. Yeah, the tax dollars too. But if you have parent involvement, funding is a great point, DJ. Funding is critical too. And let's say both things can be true. Both things can be right. If you had the parent involvement, it changes everything with parents on campus, man. They call me, "Hey, Lincoln's dad. Hey, Lincoln's dad." Well, I don't go on campus, but I'm always there early at the gate, so they get acclimated to seeing you. And I always drop them off and pick them up. So now some days Dre drop them off. So, but you know, Dre got to be at work. So, but yeah, so yeah, man, that's it's an awesome school. So yeah, classroom size, all the above. Yeah. And you're talking to a guy that was a school teacher, so I know about classroom size. Oh, anything over 12, well, for me, because I was special ed, anything over 12 or 13, whew, Rough.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Rough
think
term.
smaller classrooms should be a thing.
Can't afford it. You don't have the size in the classroom. B-Mac, I figured I'll give it away for free, man. You know what I mean? The Patreon. I give my stocks away for free. I've done an incredible job with hitting stocks, especially in my stories.
Absolutely.
The past 3 or 4 months.
If I trust the white man's concept, well, I'll be rich.
You know what I mean? So
I'd be too fucking nervous, man. I ain't gonna lie, dude.
Man, nah. So that $5 you can save and just follow me on Instagram, Silent Heroes, and I'll post them from time to time. But what were we saying, Kyle? Oh, school size and all that. Yeah, it's stay involved in your kids' education, man. You know, even if it's for 10 minutes, stay from 8 to 8:15. Walk your kids to class and pick up the trash in the classroom. Deliver pre-sharpened pencils. It costs you 99 cents at the Dollar Tree. Though that extra 10 minutes from 8 to 8:10. I wish I could do it. Next year I think it's because they're not wearing masks now. So next year I think it'll be a little more lenient as it pertains to that. So, but you still gotta get fingerprinted and all that. But you still can't go on campus as you would like. So, but it means a lot
We
to
gotta
those
give
kids.
a shout out, Fred.
To who?
To the 21-year-old that built that school that came on the show.
Yeah, he opens up September. Yeah, big deal. Big deal. King Randall, big deal. We got to have him back on in August or something, man. We got to build that momentum,
Yeah, because that shit's amazing. And you
believe
can see him doing the work himself, man.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Don't worry. Thank you. You keep yeah. Open up both windows in your computer. Don't worry, we're gonna be doing something like that in the next 10 years. I'm getting my own community center, 100%. 100%. I only can do it with one child. I can't do it with two. So when Lincoln goes off and do what he wants to do, I think I can handle it with one child that needs my everyday attention at every moment, if you get what I'm saying. But I'm definitely getting, because I was actually going to buy a building. My business partner was going to buy it, and then he opted out, and I was going to buy it. And then I said, you know what? I'm really not ready for that commercial property. I'm really, really not ready. And so I didn't do it, but it's coming. It's definitely coming. I'm gonna have a community center. I want to name it after my grandfather. So I definitely want to do it. Curtis Virgil Peebles. So that's definitely gonna happen at some point. And yeah, man. So my daughter's school at a huge school to the average class of 21-1. That's too much. Too much, man. Because the teachers are overworked, man. My highest salary was $49,000. $49,000. I was getting paid 49 or 53. I know. I was a teacher. I know. When I first started, my first salary was $28,000. All right. Was it 28 or 22? It was something minuscule. And I can't believe I worked for that little. I literally can't believe I worked for that little with a college degree. They got me though. They got me at 22. They got me. They won. Never again though. Never again. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, you know they'll get you.
Yeah, they'll get you. So what you got this coming up this weekend? We got Savannah Marshall. She's fighting. Shout out to Carissa Shield. I'm gonna keep on shouting her out, man. Carissa, at some point in the next 3 years, you got to come into the shop. Man, I'm gonna give you a 3-year window. You got to come into the shop. And she had a great interview today. She talked about her childhood and her overcoming things with her parents and her childhood. And yeah, she's I didn't know her story was that deep. I didn't know her story was that deep. And I think she's opening up now because she has security. It's funny what a man does to you. I never heard her talk about abuse so openly, you know. And the reason why she says that, she can talk like that because she has someone to protect her. Exactly.
As savage and as gangster as she is, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing. I wish her well. Beautiful kids, prosperous, and yeah, man, I'm happy for her. I'm truly happy for her. She's in the UK now, and we'll see. I'm excited to. I'm not gonna watch the fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm watching the Final Four, but I will watch the clips on YouTube after the fight as it pertains to.
I need these niggas to handle their business, man. What you talking about, man?
Oh man, and we about to get in the fight week, man. Hey, next week we got a big weekend, dog. We kick off fight for the next 2 months, dog. I was telling my friend today. I said, "Hey, we rolling the next 8 weeks, dog. We got fights every Saturday, dog. Because you know I go to my friend's house to watch the fights, right? I said it's 8 weeks, dog. Saturday night, we together, dog. Saturday night, we got some good fights, man, and we gonna be locked and loaded, man. You know, he has a bar in his house and all that is." It's pretty plush. I love going to his house, man. And yeah, so and every fight cost me $50. So I got to buy the chicken or the dessert and all that shit. So
yeah, but that ain't really, you know, that's more just kicking it with your homie, bringing something to the party.
It is kicking it with my homies, but there is a price tag that go with supporting boxing, though. That's the point. I wasn't talking about the $50. I was talking about the price tag that it costs to support the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up? Yeah, maybe a big fight. Maybe Earl Spence, I'll do a Friday night show. Maybe Lubin too. What's up?
Bro, I was gonna ask you about a couple fights, bro.
Okay.
Just to get your opinion.
Okay.
What you think about the Canelo fight?
I like that fight. I think Canelo.
I think he's gonna win.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Canelo might be an underdog in that fight, man.
No. He's minus 500 right now.
I mean, dub. I'm telling y'all, dog. Bivol might work him, man. Bivol might work Canelo. He might
he has to knock him out to win, though.
Nah, I think Bivol just can tame him. I'm telling y'all, that is a great fight, dog.
To actually win.
Yeah, I think Bivol can win. And
I think he could obviously win as well, but are they going to give him the decision if it goes to decision?
I think Bivol can make it look easy too. I'm telling you, Canelo, man, nobody like getting hit with a jab that's coming down on you. I mean, his jab is coming down on Canelo. That's gonna be on the top of his forehead.
I'm scared right now. And what do you think about Shakur's fight? Well, I mean, I got Shakur big time in this fight.
Shakur?
I believe in
Shakur gonna beat the brakes off him, man. I mean, he gonna be pissing tea.
I mean, I hope people start banning Valdez so the line keeps going down. I pray. So I think he's just gonna beat his ass.
Yeah,
he's been running for too long.
Yeah, he can't beat Shakur. I'm gonna drop a video soon. I want to interview Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis for selfish reasons. And
what made me also more confident in that is just the way that Bob spoke about him. He doesn't really speak about fighters like that.
Yeah,
like he just seems so confident in him.
Oh yeah. Oh, he knows this is Valdez Swan song.
It obviously took him a long time to get him the fights, but obviously he told you why, because he's literally the best fighter.
Oh, this is Valdez Swan song. He becomes
Burchell.
Not Burchell. The guy from PBC. He becomes him. The one that does the announcing.
Oh, Abner Mares?
He becomes Abner Mares. Yeah. He becomes Abner Mares after Shakur Stevenson.
I don't even know who that guy is. I just see him on the announcement.
Yeah. The guy with the Sesame Street eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
he's a nice guy, though. Abner is a very nice guy, y'all. Nice guy.
I was gonna say that because I met him a few times.
Oh, he
also
cool.
interviewed him.
He's just funny. Abner's funny because he be saying bullshit and he says bullshit and he wants us to believe that he's intelligent sometimes. I'm like, Abner, if you don't set that bullshit up, he be saying bullshit sometimes, like in his interviews. Anyways, he said I got him in trouble because I asked him a question and he answered it about McDonald's and Golden Boy long time ago. Anyways, continue.
And then Fred, I wanted to ask, what's your daily routine like? I mean, not like a day to day, but like you have like a set schedule every day.
Creature of habit. Creature of habit. Yep. If Dre takes the kids to school, I go run, go to the gym, then I go box, and then I go to work, pick Lincoln up 2:30, homework, and take a nap, and then I'm here.
Okay.
That's my day. Every day, son. You know, a little wrinkles here and there, but for the most part,
I don't really have like a set schedule every day.
No, I'm a creature of habit. I gotta be, because then I'll bullshit. It's easy for me to deviate like a Nation of Islam member. I can deviate so easy, you know. So I put myself on a schedule, man, and stay disciplined, man. You know, and yeah, you know, and I'm getting my results, and like I'm getting the results that I wanted as in terms of being a whole person. Hell yeah, I'm not going against that. Nah. It really works.
All right, All right, for sure, Fred. And then I also want to let you know, you told me to create some jobs, so I created some jobs today.
Oh, what'd you do? Yeah, I was okay, cool. I didn't expect you to respond so soon, but yeah, please tell us.
No, I mean, bro, I listen every day, honestly.
Thank you.
I was just in my car, I was bored, so I was just like, fuck it. I mean, bro, I technically create jobs every day. Like my business is like mostly like selling shoes and like memorabilia. So like, I mean, I paid people to buy me shoes today. So like, the way that I look at how you said create a job is you.
Yeah, that's creating the economy.
Yeah, you were like
commerce.
You were like your lawnmower, your car wash.
That's dope, man.
Not my car washer, but like obviously your lawnmower and like all this stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I made some jobs today.
Yeah.
I mean, I fed some people today.
Yeah.
I'm proud of yourself, man. For real.
I am too proud. I'm just glad I made
I ain't too proud to bet when I call my home. Just me and you. Hey. Anyways.
All right, Fred. I'm gonna let you go.
I know that was terrible. I know. I done sung you off. I know. I appreciate it.
If I had my TV on, I'd have played the song on your ass, Fred.
Appreciate you, MIA. Appreciate you, MIA.
Hey,
what up, though?
So you got 3 minutes. Go.
I wanted to tell D last time his call, he was talking about the jail shit, was absolutely one of the best calls that I've ever been a part of on this show, man. And I want to say I appreciate you sharing your story with us, man, because you ain't got to share shit if you didn't feel like it, man. So I appreciate you for that.
Hey, man, it's always somebody out there that might, you know what I'm saying, might, you know, tangle with their story, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's all about living in reality, man, not no fairy tale land.
And accountability. You held yourself accountable, right?
Yeah, and then look at this. Look at the best part about accountability. Like, one thing that I wanted to touch on was, like, it's not all about money. You know what I'm saying? It's like the small things. Like with me at the peak of what I was doing, like with drugs and all the game and stuff and all that stuff, it's not worth it, bro. Because at the end of the day, you gonna spend more money in prison that you made. Ooh. And then some people is not smart enough to put it behind, and then you got people, you know, for bond money, you like, bro, why wouldn't you put your bond money up? You know what I'm saying? Just in case something happened. It's called rainy day fund. And now that I'm transitioned to this life, now I understand that. And my mentor showed me, like, if you can save up 6 months of what you pay in 1 month, you good. You ain't gotta have millions. I'm good. Fred, Kyle, I'm good, bro. Like,
I get to take my son to school every day and pick him up every day. That's the best. Like my story today was that's just my joy of seeing him coming, walking with his classroom, single file line, and then when he break off, he just starts sprinting like pew. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, I'm telling you, bro, it make a man tear up like seeing it. Like I record him every day, and I used to, and I tell my dad like, bro, like the same thing. I be cussing you out. I catch myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be soft to him. You weren't soft to me. But then I catch myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Now I see why you get soft. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just it's crazy, man. Like that's my joy, man. And I tell all my friends like, it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with growing old and living a boring life. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what you want to do. Get on the plane, go on vacation. That's boring. Like that's real normal shit. Like that's nothing extravagant. Taking a vacation. People think like, no, man.
Look,
I'm telling y'all,
it's crazy. My cousin just came home from doing 8 years.
Ooh.
Fred, he ain't been out 4 months, and he back locked up.
Jesus Christ.
He bonds out of jail, and then he comes over and talks to me, and I'm like, I ain't got shit to say to you. I'm just making you accept your accountability. Like you only gave us 4 months of your life after you gave them 8 years of your life.
Facts. Facts. Yeah. Can I add to that? My nephew, who I feel semi accountable to. My nephew got out of jail. He did, I forget what he did, robbed the bank or something like that. And I couldn't have him live in my house because I can't trust him yet, right? So I said, you can't live with me, but I'll help you. And because there's women in my house. So at the time there was women, my mom and Dre and Kennedy. No, Kennedy wasn't born yet. But the point I want to make is, you know what he told me?
What?
I don't want to. I'm getting tired of checking in with my PO. I said, what? You getting tired of checking in with your PO? Like, what type of logic is that? You just did a few years and you're tired of checking in with your PO. I said, man, I'm done. I said, so not obviously. I don't want to say obviously, but he went back to jail and he gets out he just did 8 or 9 years or something like that. Now he'll get out this November or something. We'll see what happens, man.
Fred,
yes,
it's horrible, bro. Like I tell all my cousins, you gotta go. I'm talking about, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but every day you wake up, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Only you can decide when you go push that button. Now I'm out here by myself.
Yeah.
All my cousins is locked up because they didn't want to change. And I told them,
80% of my cousins are locked up. 80% of my male cousins are locked up or have been locked up. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm being honest with you.
I'm being honest with you. Check this out. Now that you touched on that, just imagine all your family members felons, and when you get out on papers, you can't be around your family because they felons.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
I had to move to a whole nother town.
How crazy is that?
Because they can violate you if you're around a felon.
Yeah, it's
at their discretion. You know what I'm saying? And like, I ain't gonna let nobody dictate my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I gotta do to hurry up and get off these papers. And like I told them, like, man, I've been off paper for about 4 or 5 years now, man. Like I said, I'm living a boring life and I don't care what nobody say. Like I tell all the youngins, I've been there and done that. Y'all gonna get tired of that, bruh. You know, y'all gonna get tired of it, but only y'all gonna decide when y'all get tired of it. You know what I'm saying? But from me to you, my experience to y'all, because I experienced it, it's not worth it, young buck. You need to start off right now and decide what you want to do career-wise.
Right.
And that's all I can say to them at bus stops and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, that way you won't have to be at this bus stop.
Yeah. No, that's facts, man. That's facts.
Hey, and another thing about me coming home and taking care of my business, man, and I guess the joy of it is my brother turned from a street dude and he went and applied for a job and he got the job. You talk about a nervous person trying to fill out an application because I'm pushing him in there. Like, he was nervous, like, what I'm going to say? Gun. I'm like, bro, you got to put the truth down.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just fill it out. They going to say yes or no. You deal with it as a man, and then you go about it. He
Yeah.
called me, and then he called me back like, bro, I got my first job. And I'm like, bro, you see how happy you is about you having your first job and you 34 years old?
Mm-hmm. That's and you can't get discouraged about people not saying no to what you did that was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they don't live that life. You live the life that they despise. Like, they don't want to be a part of that. And to that, I say, cool. You know, it's I mean, I've never been a felon. I'm just saying, like, I've done some misdemeanors, but I'm just saying, like, you can't be mad at a human being for saying I don't want to be a part of that.
Here's another one, Fred.
In
Here's another
my
one.
opinion.
I feel you. Here's another one.
Mm-hmm.
I got out. I'm a felon now. So I got to use the temporary service to get in the door because they're not just going to hire me if I fill out an application and I check the box saying I'm a felon. So I use the temporary service to get in the building. You know what I'm saying? So as a temp, I'm hiding that I'm a felon. And I did a 3-man job for a whole year straight by myself. And I almost worked like basically like 6 days, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Crazy schedule. It got to a point where this guy was coming in and supposed to help me. You know what I'm saying? He supposed to help me, but at the same time, he getting paid third shift wages. I mean the triple overtime wages because it's Sunday. I'm not getting none of that on Saturday and Sunday because the tip service is taking it off the top. So I'm not getting none of that. I'm only getting regular pay. So I let a year go by, and then I got called to the office for having sex with the girl, and she got me in the middle of some things. And I'm like, bruh, that's the reason why you keep it on the low. You don't tell everybody your business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the office, and the lady hits me like, you've been out there for a whole year doing a 3-man job. You don't complain or nothing. Why haven't you filled out your application? I was put on the spot, so I had to tell her the truth. I'm a felon, and instead of me, letting y'all decide if y'all gonna give me a chance or nothing, you know what I'm saying? I took my chance, and I was just waiting on y'all to cancel me, you know what I'm saying, whenever y'all did find out. But I appreciate that you noticed I'll be doing a 3-man job by myself with no complaints. And she made me file an application right then and there. Why did temp lady come in there talk about Blue in the office, talk about, didn't I tell you wasn't allowed up in the human resource office? I said, what? I said, first of all, I understand the game plan. I know I'm making you a couple of dollars, but you can't tell me what I'm gonna do with my future. I get to decide that. You know what I'm saying? That lady got fired right on the spot by the lady.
Good.
That's crazy, ain't it? Like, how you gonna tell me what I can take? You know what I'm saying? And like I told her, I don't care how you feel. This is my decision. I fill out the application. All they can say is yes or no. And the sad part about it, Fred, I got hired and fired. They did a background check on me, they did a second background check on me from the weekend after I took all my hearing, drug tests, and all that. Monday, a violent misdemeanor got me disqualified. And I'm looking at them like, you ain't talking about the felonies? They like, nah, it's violent misdemeanor. And then the lady was like, dang. I was like, what? If you could have just waited 2 more months, it would have been 7 years old and we couldn't have hold it against you. 2 months away. Wow. It would have been 7 years they couldn't hold against you.
Yeah. I got a story like that too. When I was a school teacher, I tell you guys all the time about me getting arrested at 19, and I had to apply for a teaching license so I could teach the year. And I was embarrassed. I was like, oh shit, fuck, this shit about to come up. This shit is so stupid. And because they sent me back, like they rejected it with an explanation, right? So I had to write a letter and I had to go to the courts and get like the trial dockets, right? And I had to turn it into my school. My principal walked up to me, was like, man, that was some good reading. I was like, oh man, I was so embarrassed, man. So embarrassed, but I turned it in and they actually gave me my teaching credential my first year. And after your first year, it's nothing. You just keep renewing it. No big deal.
Wow, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
I forgot all about that story till you said your story. Yeah.
Hey, Fred, from me to you, how many videos do you do of your kids a day?
Oh man. I don't know, man. Too many to count, man.
Bro, I looked at my gallery like, man, this look like the same pictures and the same everything, bro.
Everything. It's the same. It's the same, dog. It's the same.
It's the same. Like if a female went in my phone, she'd be like, dang, you ain't got nothing in here but just that long sidewalk.
Fact.
Man, I love the I love the barbershop, man, because we could talk about anything, and then just hearing y'all talk and everything. I tell my son, it's always something that you can learn.
Yeah, fact.
Always something that you can learn.
Mm-hmm.
Always, man. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell him, we be talking about everything on my boxing channel. He like, I know, cause come in the house, you be locked in and stuff, and you be cleaning with your headphones on.
That's love. That's love.
And my baby son like, don't mess with him. The barbershop conversations is on.
Hey, that's love. That's love.
I was like, whoa, my 7-year-old know what I'm doing now. Whoa, this is
they're the same way. The kids are the same way.
Yeah, they very alert. They very alert.
Like today, 5 o'clock, Kennedy asked me, do you have an interview today? I'm like, no, babe, I ain't got no interview today. No, I ain't got no interview.
Well, man, I got to get back, man. I got 2 minutes. I'm going to holler at you, man.
Go to
y'all keep being kings, man.
All right, likewise, dog.
All right, so.
Peace.
Kyle
over there snacking. We got Kool-Aid. What is that? Kool-Aid?
Milk.
Ugh. Wow.
You got the cookie butter and jelly sandwich.
Ugh. That shit sound like diabetes.
Here he go judging again, man.
I hate milk. Even look at it. Ugh. But the funny thing is, hey, that's appreciate you, Rich. Hey, that's funny because fuck was I about to say? I don't know. I fucking forgot. It was funny too. It was in the vein of yo shit. I don't know. I don't like milk, dog. Ugh. Oh, I like it as an ingredient, but don't like it as a drink.
Well, I mean, it's an ingredient, nigga, because you know it go with the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like for pastries. I like as an ingredient. Ugh. Lincoln likes milk. Ugh.
Hey man, quit judging, man. You do a lot of judging around this motherfucker, man.
Oh man, that's funny, man.
Brett, another great showdown.
Yeah, man. I'm just curious to see how a Nation of Islam member is going to justify him having kids when he passed. I'm not pushing him to death, but he called his last message the Swan Song, so I guess he has some type of illness or something. No man calls it. I mean, you do because you know, death is undefeated. So, but if I'm 89, I'm thinking I'm gonna get to 100. You know what I mean? Shit, I made it this far. Yeah, man. But yeah, The justifications are just disgusting. Oh no, he slipped and fell, like Chris Rock, the emergency break glass, he just fell in some pussy, and he accidentally had a baby, she tied him down, and he was sleepwalking, I don't know, some bullshit. But he never acknowledged him while he was alive. Never acknowledged him. Can you believe that shit? Imagine if I did that shit. You got kids, Fred? I never told y'all. I never told y'all, man. How y'all didn't know all this time? Man, hell nah, man. That shit crazy, man. You know what I mean? I just think just having the kids and hiding them, I just think that's like the mark of the beast, man. That's like devilish. How do you have kids and hide them? You don't hide your kids. I know you being quiet on purpose. Anyways, man, what's up, man? You tell the truth, shame the devil, man. What's up? I don't know your friend's name, but tell him, man. Explain that one. Explain
man, I ain't getting involved with y'all.
No, you ain't gotta get involved. Tell him the truth, man. How the hell you worshiping a man that hides his kids? Explain that one. All right, I'm waiting on you, dog.
Well, guys, hey, man, we need a Muslim drop in this piece, man. We'll be rich.
Muslim, what they say in New York? Muslims, man.
Oh, shit. Well, Fred, man, keep your foot on these suckers' necks, man.
All right, including the Muslims.
What y'all niggas, Muslims or something?
Yeah. What's that? Minister Society or Boys in the Hood?
The Wood.
The Wood, yeah, the Wood. One of them.
Oh man. Oh shoot.
How the hell you not eat bean pies but you eat foreign pussy? Explain that one.
Play the song, Fred.
I'm just asking. Niggas don't eat pork but eat foreign pussy and then go home to their wife. That's some crazy shit. Hey, I'm not knocking it, but the man is supposed to be the messenger of God. And how the hell you hide your kids and you the messenger of God, man? Elijah Muhammad did it. Farrakhan did it. Man, I don't know, man. Niggas just be... You know what? I'm about to be a charlatan, dog. Fuck this shit. Fuck being an honest man. I'm about to be a charlatan, dog. Yeah, I'm gonna start quoting Bible verses. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm Fred. Yeah, Fred. About to start quoting. I'm gonna have a Quran in one hand and a Bible in the other. Oh man, People's Hernandez, man. Appreciate you, dog. Birdman, Rich Gang. What's up, mate?
People's Hernandez.
What's up, Nate? Birdman, All Positive Network, man. Farrakhan cursed him. Yeah, man. I mean, Elijah cursed him, man. Appreciate you, Champion Heart, man. It's all love, big homie. Take it personal. Because the devil is a lie. Hey, Nate Johnson, man. Appreciate you sharing the information, dog. Go Canes, man. Go Canes. 305 in my city. What it do? That's like for millions. Thanks in there. Much suspected, much is given. Yeah, man. Now I'm gonna leave him alone, man. I'm gonna leave him alone in 2028. 2028, dog. They be coming for me for lying, though. How do you come for me for lying and being a charlatan when the man won't even acknowledge his kids, man? Imagine if y'all said, I came on here tomorrow and be like, Dre is Asian. Huh? What? Niggas will be jumping out of their skin. Bean pie, my brother. You know what I mean? That shit is a fraud, man. He took that money and went to Mexico and started slaying. Nigga don't go to Mexico for no motherfucking world peace tour. Motherfuckers going for a world pipe tour. You know what I mean? He's piping the peace out of them hoes. That's what he's doing. You know what I mean? Shit. Man. Motherfucker, man. Donald Curry, man. Appreciate you, Mr. Curry. We got to have him back on, man. Especially when we doing Earl Spence Fight Week. We got to have Brianna Betty on that week. You know, she's easy on the eyes. You know what I mean? Brianna Betty. Who else? And whoever else. We got to have Jordan on that week. What's up?
So get Aida on here.
Who? Al Heyman? Yeah, we'll get Al Heyman on. He gonna be in Dallas. I'm gonna find his ass. I ain't going to Dallas. I don't feel like spending money on boxing. Besides that $50, I take the Derrick House, man. What you do? I'm gonna buy me an Earl Spence sweater though. I already got it though. I got 2 Earl Spence shirts I haven't worn yet. I'll wear that on Fight Week. I don't wear hats too much, but maybe I'll give away a hat. Earl Spence Fight Week. Do Erickson Lubin got merchandise? Who fights after that? Do Shakur Stevenson got merchandise?
I ain't seen it.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Miss L? What's up, Miss L? We gotta come back on and get them waist beads popping, man. We gotta get summertime fine. We gotta promote them waist beads. Love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming in here. She getting in shape too. Oh yeah. Man, eat that nasty shit.